Hello. So today we're going to talk about a topic that is very fascinating to me, which is what makes your relationship a success? Now, I find this a really interesting topic because I talk with a lot of clients about this, a lot of friends about this, people, especially when they're coming out of a breakup. They will talk about how they feel like they have failed in some way. And if we're saying that you failed at something, right, then there's got to be something that's successful, right, as the opposite, the counterweight. Now, my understanding from talking to people is it seems like our broad definitions of success and failure in relationships are a relationship that's currently happening is successful. It's you're in a relationship, that's a success. And a failure is a relationship that's no longer happening. But I think we can all think about relationships that we see or have seen that are currently happening that are not successful, right? People are unhappy, miserable even. That's not success. How could that be success? And then we probably all have been in relationships that didn't last forever, but were very, very meaningful, right? We learned a lot about ourselves. We had some really great experiences. We think very positively or fondly about that person, even though we're not with them anymore. There are reasons we couldn't be together forever. That was still helpful and successful. So what makes a relationship a success, right? You can't look in a dictionary, right, and find the definition of success in relationships because it's so subjective, right? All of us have different expectations of what we're looking for in a relationship. And we define the success of the relationship based on how well it's meeting our expectations. That's what I've found, right? So here's what I would challenge you to think about, right? When you are in your relationships, in your marriages, and you're approaching marriage even, try to define for yourself, what would success look like? Would it be that we are consistently connecting, that I feel like my partner understands and listens to me, that I feel like I connect with my partner's family? There's no one way that people find this, but I generally find that we have expectations based on our own experiences for what a relationship should look like, and that's how we define success. So I always encourage people, think about 3 to 5 expectations that you have. Like I mentioned, I really want to connect with my partner consistently. I really want them to hear me and listen to me and be able to empathetically understand. I want to connect with their family. I want us to have a shared friend group. I want us to do activities together that we really enjoy. I want us to pursue projects together with passion. I want us to be good business partners, with the way we manage our lives. There's a number of things you could choose, right, that would be where you could define how well you're doing with those topics, but I would say let's try to keep this to 3 to 5. If we get to where we have 27 expectations of a relationship in terms of the specific things we want out of a partner, it's going to be hard to feel like we're hitting it every one of those really well. But if we have a couple of expectations that are very clear and measurable, then it's a lot easier to understand how well you're doing in your relationship if you have, achieved success, or if you are currently in a successful relationship, or if it has room for growth. And it's not to say that a relationship always has to be successful, right? Every relationship goes through seasons where it is not, right? A successful relationship where it is struggling, right? Where both people are struggling to meet each other's expectations. That is okay. Right, that's insignificant from my perspective. That's just life. So get an idea around what you're looking for in a relationship, how you define success, and then write that down. Figure out how your relationship is meeting that or not. Right. Now, on the other end, when it comes to breakups, I think it's really helpful and interesting to think about if you're in a dating relationship that ends. What did you learn from that? How did it help you better define what you want in a relationship? How did it help you better define the type of relationship you're looking for and the type of person that you're looking for? And if it I would say that almost every breakup is going to give you some information about that, right? The thing I always encounter with breakups that I encourage people to stay away from is like trying to tailor themselves to be the best possible partner to the person they just ended the relationship with. It's like, well, that's irrelevant, right? If they said that they wanted you to, get really good at basketball because that's their passion and thing that they love the most, then good on them. That's what they love. But you don't have to be good at basketball to have a partner, right? That's not the point. The point is, what did you learn from it? What'd you gain about what you need in a future relationship? And then also, what was enjoyable and positive about it? The point of dating is not just to figure out who you want to marry. It's also have fun, right? You're supposed to enjoy it, right? It's supposed to have a measure of fun and excitement. Of course, right? There's pain and hurt, but you're still allowed to say, man, that was a fun relationship, or I enjoyed all these things. They were really great at this, right? Even if you're not going to be with them forever. So that's something I would encourage us to think about here. We don't need to have such, simple definitions of success and failure in relationships. We can have more nuance, right? And that helps us, I think, feel better about the way that we participate in relationships, especially as we're approaching getting married. Now, when you are in this place where you're approaching getting married, you're engaged, you're in this kind of premarital season of your life, I would really encourage you to go check out Launch to Land, because that course is going to walk you through this process I just described around expectations, right? So go to the website, check out launchtoland.com, and see what you can see around, like, what do I want in a relationship? What's going to help me feel like this is a success? What does my partner want, right? Because those are going to be different things. And how can we meet each other's expectations? That's the goal, right? And that's what I think ultimately leads to success in relationships. So I hope that you find this helpful to get a better idea of what you're looking for success in your marriage and your relationship. And I hope that it helps you also feel like the relationships you've been in that aren't happening anymore aren't failures. And head on over to Launch to Land, and we can help you take off in the marriage you want.